More than 200 years ago, an American leader named Patrick Henry stood before an anxious audience and delivered a speech that would echo through history. His voice carried a fire that seemed to cut through fear itself, and his words were simple but unforgettable. "Give me liberty or give me death." That moment became more than a speech. It became a symbol of how powerful human belief can be when it is fully awake. Patrick Henry showed that when a person truly believes in something meaningful, courage begins to grow even in the darkest uncertainty. The lesson hidden in his words is timeless. Strong belief can push a person forward when everything else says stop. Centuries earlier, across the Atlantic world, a Spanish explorer named Hernán Cortés arrived on the shores of Mexico in 1519 with a small group of soldiers. Ahead of them stood the vast and powerful Aztec Empire, a civilization with immense cities, warriors, and influence. On paper, the Spanish force looked too small to survive, let alone win. Many would have called it impossible. Yet Cortés advanced anyway, driven by ambition, strategy, and absolute commitment to his mission. The Spanish carried advantages that were not always visible at first glance: superior military technology, new tactical approaches, and alliances with local groups who opposed Aztec rule. At the same time, the Aztec Empire was weakened by internal tensions, and like many historical turning points, unexpected forces such as the spread of diseases brought from Europe dramatically changed the balance of power. Step by step, these factors reshaped the outcome of history and led to the fall of the Aztec Empire. One story about Cortés has become legendary. It is said that after arriving, he ordered his ships destroyed or rendered unusable. Whether fully accurate or partly symbolic, the message behind it is clear and powerful. There would be no easy retreat. His men could not simply turn back to safety. They had to move forward with full commitment, because survival depended on it. Sometimes the mind performs differently when retreat is removed from the equation. A similar idea appears in ancient China in the story of the General Xiangyu. Facing a far larger enemy force, he led his army across a river and then ordered something extreme. The boats were destroyed and the cooking pots broken. This act sent a single message to every soldier: there was no return. Only forward movement remained. Fight with everything or fall. From this moment comes the famous expression that represents total commitment: break the pots, sink the boats. These stories are not told to glorify conquest or violence. In fact, their historical consequences were often tragic and deeply painful for many people involved. But beneath the weight of history lies a shared idea. When humans remove hesitation and fully commit to a direction, their capacity for action changes dramatically. Courage becomes sharper, focus becomes clearer, effort becomes more intense. Success in life is not built on wishful thinking alone. It is shaped through decisions, persistence, learning, and the refusal to give up when the path becomes difficult. The real turning point often happens quietly inside a person's mind, when excuses are no longer entertained, and forward movement becomes the only option left. So, when you think about your own goals, the important questions are not about how easy the journey will be, but about what you are willing to release to move forward. What doubts are holding you back? What distractions keep pulling your attention away? What decision could simplify your direction? Because sometimes the greatest transformation does not come from finding a way out, but from choosing a way forward and walking it with everything you have.